What's up, YouTube? The Fist of Fate here, giving you an analysis on what I think is gonna go on with the Nationals. So for those of you who don't know, there have been a lot of random decks that have been winning Nationals, and I'm gonna go ahead and give my analysis on what I think is gonna win. Most of you guys may dislike my decisions, but these are the decisions that I thought would win. So far, from the top of my head, I can't really name them all, but from the top of my head, I remember Final Countdown has won some National, Gadgets have won some National, and I believe, oh god, what was that last one? I can't remember, but there was another random deck that won Nationals. But I'm gonna go ahead and give my analysis. Now, you guys, again, like I said, you may not like it, but this is my analysis. I know it's a bit early for me to be doing this, but I thought I'd just go ahead and do it. So first off, for my number one pick is, you guys are really gonna dislike this, or you know, I'm gonna start off with my number 3 pick. I'm gonna start off with Dark Worlds. The fact that this deck has so much sackiness and can pull off random combos with like 2 cards in hand and get out like 3 Graphas and like just wreck you in the face with 3,000 beaters all day is just pretty busted. Basically, I feel like all this deck is sack factor, and this deck is sack game, and that's what I feel like this deck will do at the Nationals, and I feel like this has a shot at winning over a couple of other decks. But yeah, that's my thought on this. I feel like this is the third deck. I don't know how to say this, but I feel like this is in my top 3 of what will win. But I feel like it's gonna be a weird build of Dark World, and it's gonna be like completely weird, nothing you've really ever seen before, nothing that or something that you wouldn't expect in Dark Worlds. I feel like it's gonna be like that because of the surprise factor that you want to bring to a National. That's what'll help you win. Surprise factor is what wins, guys. Second pick, Anti-Meta. I feel like Anti-Meta is going to do very strong there because there's going to be a lot, and I mean a lot, of Chaos Dragons. I do not doubt it in my mind, but at the same time, I feel like everybody's going to be thinking, oh, Chaos Dragons are going to be there, and then everybody's going to play something else than Chaos Dragons, and, you know, then not a lot of Chaos Dragons going to be there. So, in the same reason, I feel that Chaos Dragons are going to be there at the same time. But Kaiko just gets, you know, Kaiko is their main anti-meta card, and, you know, just anti-meta in general just wrecks a lot of decks, obviously, because it's anti-meta. And I feel like that has also a really high shot of winning. And my first pick, you guys, like I said, you guys are really going to dislike this, but Rescue Rabbit, Dino Rabbit. I feel that deck has a very, very high shot of winning just because of the control factor that deck has. It has such a high amount of control, and they can control whatever you do with their Logias, with their Dolkas, and with their back rows. They basically control what you do. And I feel like that is a very, very, very good aspect of the deck. And I feel like that is what's going to win. Rescue Rabbit, I am a Chaos Dragon player, but I feel like Rescue Rabbit is just a really good deck, and I feel like even though a lot of people are going to be expecting it, I feel like that deck's still going to win if it's played by a good player. And somebody who knows how to play Chaos Dragon good, I feel like that's the deck that's going to win. Most of you guys are going to disagree with me on that, but another just, my 4th place, you guys are going to find this really weird, but my 4th place I didn't feel like putting in this video. 4th place I feel like is going to be Machina Gadgets. Machina Gadgets, or some type of variant of Gadgets. Whether it be anti-meta Gadgets, or offering Gadgets, or Machina Gadgets, or, you know, stuff like that. Or Chimera Tech OTK Gadgets. I feel like that also has a very high shot because of Shockmaster. With the new edition of Shockmaster coming out, it is going to affect that deck a lot. And it's going to make it a lot better because it's so easy to bring that thing out in gadgets, even if it does require 3. So I feel like offering gadgets is going to be a very, 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 very high play deck there as well with the new edition of Shockmaster. And it's basically like a mini Rescue Rabbit deck. It controls what your opponent does for a couple of turns, and you detach again, you control what they do, and it all depends on the situation you're in. So those are the top 4 decks that I feel like are going to be up there. As for number 4, I don't have it pulled up, but offering gadgets and or Machina gadgets because of their control factor. Number 3, Dark Worlds, because of the sack factor that deck has and how quickly it can win. Number 2, I feel like it's going to be anti-meta because of its also control factor and just, you know, not letting your opponent do any plays because of how good it is set up. And Rescue Rabbit, again, for the control factor because, you know, Rescue Rabbit, they can control every single play you do, whether they want to let it go through or whether they don't, because they're going to summon, what they're going to do is they're going to summon the Rescue Rabbit, set 3 to 4 back row, make Logia pass, and they're going to control every single play you do with those back rows and with that Logia, or in game 2 or 3 they might go into Dolka and control your plays. So I feel like Chaos Dragons do not have a chance. That's just me though. Leave your guys' opinion down in the description below. Tell me if you think there's another deck that has a chance of winning and your reasoning behind it. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching YouTube. Comment, rate, subscribe, and yeah, peace out YouTube.